Oh, we are back again. It's Oh yeah, we are back. And no, we said it so that it can go viral at some point because it's a discussion in the studio. And we need to involve our viewers as well.
And there's always a pre-discussion before the show
Absolutely.
comes live.
Absolutely.
So it's good.
Yeah, so we are back. It's QTV this morning. I am Ibrahim Osuri Balde and I have Julde Njai here. Julde, today you look like a Nar from Moro. Nari Moro. Ngaruru.
Thank you, Ibrahim.
You know they love petals.
Yes.
You know they love petals. You know the petal I'm talking about. You see the flower,
They nagla.
the chlorophyll.
No, Ibrahim, right? No, they nagla. You know, because we are watched all over the world. So I would like to represent every culture.
Absolutely.
I was a lawyer then, and now I am Nar. So my Nar people, shout out to you wherever you're watching us from.
La haila hay sama khunta
Sama
fi
khunta fi
fadil
fadil.
mudda wibi.
No, Ibrahim, I don't need
Bizarre. Kaifa haluka.
It's, everything is fine. To the viewers, once again, thank you. I think this is my first time this week. I think it is.
Oh yeah, it
yes,
is. It is.
because I've been,
Yeah.
I've
yeah.
got what the British would call a frog in the throat. So I've had this bit of a cough. So I've kind of stayed off the airwaves. I didn't want to upset people's ears with it. So, but it's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Yeah,
Always
it's good to be
here.
back here. And on the program today, we'll be taking a look at the newspaper as well. We have a
And
coup.
world events.
Yes, we have
lots
coup
of things happening.
and
around
lots
the
of
world.
things happening, like you said. And there is an organization that trained Gambian women on oyster harvesting, on how to harvest oyster.
It's about
oysters,
more
yeah.
than that.
Yeah.
The training has graduated to, because they're in the water, about how they can swim. So we covered them when we saw them training in a swimming pool, and then we covered them when they actually swam in the river. So for real, in the real circumstance. So because some of them unfortunately had drowned in the past because they didn't know how to swim.
True.
So they've now been taught how to swim, and yeah, I'm looking forward to
I
that.
think it came at a better
discussion.
time. I mean, for them to engage these women on this, because there was an incident where a pregnant woman lost her life in the river.
Yes.
She couldn't swim.
That's
She
right.
was doing this oyster harvesting. An unfortunate tragedy happened, and she lost her life and that of her baby as well. So I think it's about time.
Yeah.
So Julia, how was your yesterday? How did you spend your yesterday?
My yesterday was fine. Pretty much not a hectic day.
Don't ask her manager how her yesterday was.
No, your yesterday is
Otherwise
always
he might
occupied.
be
I know
forced
that.
to reveal stuff on here that the viewers don't want to know.
Study, please.
So I'll keep quiet. But her yesterday was fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's important sometimes for us to know how you spend your days, because we all spend our days in different ways.
Yeah, and I think also, we have to say to the viewers that, for many of us in the newsroom, when everybody else was having a public holiday, for us it was a normal working day. And so we were in the office Monday, Tuesday, and now here on Wednesday. So, yeah, I mean, we're not asking people to be sorry for us because they didn't tell us to choose this as a career.
Yeah.
But that's the reality, that when people are enjoying we are trying to give them programs to actually help them enjoy their public holiday. So, yeah, but it's good.
You know what, Mr. Ade? Life is funny. I was one of the least people that you will ever imagine. I will sit on television
To watch.
and talk. I was I was an introvert
Yes.
when I was growing up. I was so I was so shy. I was this type
Timid
of
person.
yes. I
No, I mean the reason I
even-
believe
even-
you is because I used to be like that. People
even-
don't believe it
even
now
even
because
in
I'm
class,
not now.
Even in class to
Yeah.
even if I can read,
Yeah.
but even to read in front of the class during my primary school days
It was a
was
problem.
a problem.
Right.
You know, because of eyes that were looking at me.
Right.
You know, so I mean, I don't know how.
Well,
the
curiously,
transition-
that was the one thing I was always able to do. So they would ask me to get up and read the lesson in front of the whole school. And I never had any qualms about that. But other than that,
That.
I was very shy, very timid. Until I attended a school, a boarding school, Christ the King College in Bo, which is the second city of Sierra Leone. And one of my teachers there went and put my name down on the on the list of people to take part in a debate in front of the whole school.
Wow.
I thought it was a mistake. I thought he met my brother. My brother was much more outgoing than I was. And so they said, no, it says Darami A, not Darami J. My brother's name is John. So I went and looked on the board and I saw my name there. And I was like, "What?" So I went and asked the teacher, I'm like, why you put my name there? And he said, well, I've read your essays. He said, you're very eloquent in your essays. He said, and I've heard you read the lesson. Why do you think you can't speak in public if you can read the lesson in front of the whole school? And so I took part in the debate, and all my friends were sort of patting me on the back saying that was fantastic, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I can tell you from that day, that the shyness that I had just flew away. I've never been shy about public speaking ever since. And I gave that all to Mr. Koroma, my
You are
teacher.
confident. I like the way you speak in public.
That's good. Yeah.
So,
I
and
think
it's thanks to him.
at some
It's thanks to
point
him.
in life, we all need that one person who will just remove that fear factor out
Yeah,
of
yeah.
us. Because we all tend to believe at some point that we can do it. These are things I cannot do. But we need someone behind us to push us and say, you can do this, go for it. And then we tend to realize our full potential as individuals. So it's good that we always have mentors, which I always have issues with. I always say that Gambian media, most of the times, like, you look for mentors, you hardly find them. It's either those who are there, the youngsters don't want to learn or don't want to be mentored, and the mentors also don't want to mentor. These
Yeah.
are the issues. But it's
Because-
always good to have a mentor in life.
Yeah, I mean, some of the mentors are scared that, oh, this person will come and I don't care if you come and you overtake me and blah blah. I mean, there are people that I used to teach in my house. In fact, I was telling Choi the other day, because one of them sent me a text. I adopted her literally as you know, when she was going to school, because she was my ex-wife's first cousin, and she was living in very terrible situation. Adopted her. She was doing very bad at school. That woman now is doing a PhD. You know, so I've never aspired to doing a PhD. So, you know, don't be afraid to bring out and encourage the potential in others if you see it there. And if some people might be shy when you say, you know, these young people don't want, some of them might be shy about approaching somebody to say, I would like you to be my mentor. Well, don't be shy, because people write to me here and say, you know, and there are people who send me their stuff online and I edit it and I send it back to them. They don't work at QTV. But just because I feel that it's something
They are
I
looking
should
up to
do.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. For me, the man that changed my life, it's called Malang Bass.
Malang Bass.
Yes, I will forever be grateful to that guy.
Yeah.
He is from Brikama Nyambai,
Right.
you know. The guy is still learning. He's still on education.
Yeah.
That guy, he will tell me, tonight you have to come, we burn the midnight candle.
Yes,
You understand?
Yes.
So that guy changed my life.
Okay.
And I'll also be forever grateful to Lamin Manga, my boss.
Hey.
You know,
the
he also gave
wonderful
me,
Lamin
the
Manga.
opportunity. He gave me, you know, all the access to do whatever I want.
It's because of Lamin Manga that I am at QTV.
Oh, you see.
He's the one who brought me to meet Anam.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because yes, absolutely.
Oh, you
No,
see,
that's-
Alaji Lamin.
I thought I'd said this many
Good
times,
morning,
but
sir.
yeah, he brought me to meet
Yeah.
Anam in Anam's office and said, this guy watches your TV all the time, but he says, you know, there are things you can change. And so she said, oh, please sit down, chat.
True.
We chatted. An hour later, she said, come and meet Mohamed Jah. You know, and
Next
Mohamed said
minute,
to me,
Next minute,
we'd
bump,
love to have you here.
it happened.
And
Yeah.
and 2
He-
days later, I was here working.
Yeah, he is a guy that creates opportunities for
For
people.
people.
For sure,
I mean,
for sure.
he like encouraging the youths.
Very
you
much.
know, trying
Very
to
much.
motivate you to do certain things. He will
Yes,
tell
sir.
you go beyond, you know, you can, your talents are great, you can do better.
Absolutely.
Yes,
That is why for me I think good legacy, it's not about giving millions to people, but you know, to be able to teach them the most important things about life, to guide them through the path that they really want to focus on in life. So that is real legacy. For me, the first person who introduced me to journalism was Mr. Bab, my high school teacher at St. Peter's. He showed that, you know, I was outspoken, and he thought that I could be a good journalist, and he pushed me to it. So I am ever grateful to Mr. Ba. And, you know, started off with the Standard newspaper, and Talib Gibran, you know, did so well. He mentored me, he taught me a lot of things about journalism. So it's good. Mentorship, legacy, it's not about money. Today, Balde can give me $1 million. Before next year, maybe I
squandered it.
I mean, Balde has ever given me. But if Balde taught me the most important things about life, or changed my life in ways that I can't imagine, I will ever be grateful to Balde.
There's a reggae song from the 70s where the guy meets the Rasta, and he said, "Me I beg you a 10 cents, sir," and the Rasta says, "Me I give you no money, no, but me I give you food for thought." So, you know, it's not about giving somebody food, but he gave him some food for thought. He said, go out, seek a job, find something that you can do, be productive, and then you won't be begging anybody. So, yes, you're right. It's not always about giving money. It's about giving, you know, something that will last, that will benefit. The money will be gone. Unless Balde gives you $1 million, that it might take you a while to spend that, you know. But you know, Balde. So the ball is in your court.
Don't give me fish every day. Teach me how to fish.
Absolutely,
it's very important. And our code reads: your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life.
Yeah, someone
else's life.
Else's life.
Yeah, I mean that's something I've always believed in, and you know, sometimes I upset people. You know, because, you know, we grow up in a culture, particularly in Africa, where we listen to our parents. It's good to listen to your parents. But at the end of the day, they are living and have lived their lives. Don't let them determine how you live yours. It is your life. So at some point, you might have to upset your parents and say, yes, I thank you for the advice you're trying to give me, but this is my life. I have to live it in a way that I am comfortable with. And, you know, sometimes when I tell people that, and they, because, you know what people do, they go and tell the parent, "Oh, Mr. Ade told me." They don't say, I thought of it myself. And, you know, and those parents will contact me and say, "Why did you tell my son or daughter this?"
If it was my mother, she will ask me, "Is Mr. Ade your father?"
That's it. This is it. You know.
Is that Mr. Ade your father?
And this is it. And you know, essentially, I try to say to people, think for yourself, be yourself, because it is your life that you have to live. You know, the people say, "Oh, my parents said I should not marry that person." Well, yeah, you know, you're the one who's going to have to marry and live with that person. Not, you know. And when I was in London, quite a number of my staff who were from the Bangladeshi community, you know, worked in the same office, ended up marrying each other, and I would go to their weddings, and they would announce, "Oh, you know, my boss, Mr. Darami, is the one who convinced me that I should accept this guy's hand in marriage." And the parents were like, "What? But he's not even from our community, you know, how did he," you know. So, yeah, but if people respect you and they think that you're giving them advice in a sincere way, then yes. But, you know, to go back to the quote, very much so, don't try and, you know, spend your time. In fact, I would say don't waste your time living somebody. Live your own life.
Why not sometimes? I think it's important for us to talk to our parents in a way. Look,
Always,
I mean, talk to your dad. Well, Dad, you know, I'm your son. Okay, fine. Now I know you don't like this. You don't support this. Our tradition don't support it. But it's just tradition. So why not we try and come into a conclusion? Maybe we agree onto something. Because I want to do this. I want to marry so and so. You know, maybe you talk to your father like that. You know, for me, I am also lucky to have a father that I talk to like this.
Yes.
You know, we talk, we chat. You know.
The reason I'm smiling is because this is a true story. One of my friends that I grew up with in Sierra Leone was wanted to marry somebody, and the father he couldn't understand why the father was so dead set against it, and the father had to call him and say, "Look, I have to tell you this because I have to tell you this." He said, "Well, that girl, is a daughter I had in another relationship. You can't marry her. She's
Oh.
your sister, effectively.
Oh,
Wow.
Yes, he was heartbroken. But it's true. So sometimes there are reasons that they can't reveal to the society,
Mm.
but his father was able to call him and tell him that this is why I'm so against you marrying that girl. You cannot.
Wow.
but
Yeah.
that's the problem of the father from the initial
Well,
stage.
of course, because
Yeah.
it
You know,
had
I
been
think the
hidden to
father
that
should have
point
taken that responsibility of telling of ownership.
from the get-go
Yeah.
before it
Ownership.
got too deep.
If
Before
you
the
get a
relationship
daughter
got
and
deep.
you leave your child outside, you do not take ownership and responsibility. He or she can get married to any of your children.
In fact, I have
That's
I have
serious.
I have
And that's serious.
the man who
It
was
is.
married to my dad's sister. He had about 8 or 9 children outside of the marriage, and he introduced all of them to his, because he said, "I don't want one day that one of you goes and marries your brother."
Wow.
Yeah, or your sister.
Wow.
Yeah, so he introduced all of them to each other, and they up to now. I mean, the parents are long dead, but those
But they are family.
they're very much a family. We all meet together and we vibe, and whenever we meet, we have to hire a hall because there's so many.
Yeah, 8 of them,
us,
Mr.
yeah.
Ade.
And that's just
Plus
from
the
one
other
plus
one.
all the others.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's a
and
huge
and their
number.
children,
Huge family.
you know, and their children, you
Yeah,
know.
their
So it's big, but yeah, I mean, that's about honesty.
Mm.
As you said, the father should have been honest about it. But sometimes there are reasons
Sometimes there are reasons.
why, because
difficult.
as he said, I was a young man at the time. I was 17. Didn't know what I was doing. Didn't know what I wanted. But I went and had a child, and I didn't marry that lady, but I've always known that was my daughter. Yeah, something we have. I mean, for me, I listened to my parents because they didn't want me to be a footballer, and in a way I thank them now because footballers now make a lot of money, but then a professional footballer wouldn't have made a lot of money. And as my mother said, my mother was a nurse. She said, "You have too many injuries. Every year you miss half the season because of injury. I've broken my wrist, broken my ankle, broken my collarbone playing football." I would
Mr. Ade,
have
you are all
spent
broken.
exactly. I would have spent half the time on the treatment table.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that is what it is,
yeah,
Julde.
Mhm.
I think we need to delve into some of the stories.
news
making-
stories.
Yes,
Stories.
I mean, you have some of the papers there.
Did you guys do the Guinea story yesterday when they dissolved the government
And this morning,
on
Okay.
this morning?
Mr. Guinea?
Guinea.
dissolve the entire.
Yeah, the
Doumbouya.
Doumbouya. He
Doumbouya.
dissolved the
his
government.
cabinet.
He dissolved the cabinet. He retrieved all their vehicles, retrieved all their bodyguards, their passports, and closed the borders
And even the accounts.
and froze their accounts. So something must have happened because that's quite extreme
It is.
for him to have done that. And this came the day after he had given a State of the Nation address, in which he listed all the wonderful things that the military junta were doing. I think he wants to stand for president, and I think he will. They said elections will be in about 10 months' time. We'll see. He might postpone it, or they might go ahead. But he's agreed with ECOWAS that in 10 months' time they will hold elections. But this step yesterday was quite extreme. We had it on the news, and we spoke to Amara Traore in Guinea-Conakry yesterday on the news, live on the news. And he just gave us an update on how the situation was. There was calm. People kind of accepted what had been said, but they didn't know why. Because, as I said, it was quite an extreme measure. I thought there might have been something deeper behind it, because when the junta made the announcement about all these ministers being, the only junta member not present was Doumbouya himself. All of them gathered on the stairs, and then
They give their
comms officer gave the reason, and he read the decree explaining that all of this had happened. As Julia added, accounts were frozen as well. Everybody was thinking something must have happened. There'd been talk that there had been arguments because some people were upset that Doumbouya had said he wouldn't stand, but now they think he wants to stand as a civilian when the elections come around. And they said that you're breaking trust with the people because you gave your word that you wouldn't. But look, I went on the news. If anybody saw the news item, you saw him coming down the stairs, Vladimir Putin style, before he gave his address. Nobody wants to give up that power. That's why all these people cling on to power, because they love it. After that, can you go back to being ordinary? You cannot.
You cannot.
When everywhere you go, people are saluting, and bowing to you. Suddenly you go back and you're Mr. Ordinary. No, it's difficult.
It's difficult.
That's why when they taste that power, many of them cling on until it has to be wrenched from their hands. And sadly, it looks as if Doumbouya is enjoying it far too much. And if anybody, Présidence de la République de Guinée, they have a fantastic YouTube channel. He posts stuff on there every day. Very beautifully and professionally shot. I can tell you it puts to shame almost every other president in Africa in terms of the quality of the stuff that they put on YouTube. Go and check it out. So, people are aware of what they're doing on a daily basis. But...
I'm not surprised, Julde. Doumbouya will cling into power for a very long time in Guinea-Conakry. And, sometimes the elections in Guinea, the outcome, when you look at it, at some point you don't seem to trust the outcome of the elections. You can remember, I think in 2010, 2011, when Cellou Dalein contested Dalein Diallo, when he contested the elections. It's like most of these people voted for Cellou Dalein.
No, look, for me,
it's just like
Cellou Dalein Diallo is like Ousmane Sonko, it's like Bobby Wine. It's like, because thousands of people take to the street, it doesn't mean those thousands of people who sing and dance your name have voted for you, or that they are the majority. The quiet and the silent majority, they're not into dancing in the streets.
It happened in 2016 in the Gambia.
This is it.
When people were out with former President Jammeh, you can see the crowd. I was with one of my friends at the Inside Training Center building, and when we saw the crowd, my friend said to me, look at Jammeh, his crowd is big. So when the opposition came, it was few.
But this is
I told him, look, don't be judged. Don't judge by
that. And that's exactly the point. Up to now, people are telling me Cellou Dalein Diallo won and so on. I'm like, no, why do you think he won? Because he had big crowds. But no, that's not what elections are all about. And we keep still getting fooled by it. And I keep saying, we're going to find the same with Ousmane Sonko is not standing, but his party is standing, and they've formed a coalition. If they win, it will be because they formed a coalition.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I mean, but several of the parties have said that they will support or tell their supporters to vote for his candidate. But we'll wait and see.
Julde, let's move on to something urgent. I mean, in the Gambia, I don't know of Sierra Leone. People are snatching private parts. I mean, Mr. Ade, does it happen in Sierra Leone?
It's serious.
In Sierra Leone we laugh at this because when I came here in 1997, I wrote an article. I'll try and find it and I'll circulate it again. It was called The Tales of the Penis Snatchers. And I happened to be living London Corner, and there was all this commotion, and they said a guy has been arrested, the guy who's been responsible for it. Because I came, when I landed, people were refusing to shake my hand. And I'd been coming to Gambia for about 5 years before that. And I thought, what's going on? They said, well, there's this, that if you shake somebody's hand, their penis will disappear. I'm like, this is idiotic. Anyway, they caught some guy, and they had him at the Serekunda police station, and the guy who alleged that his penis had been snatched was brought along. Maybe 100, 200 people of us. We were all there. I was there. I even took some pictures. I'll see if I can find them. Outside the building. We weren't allowed inside.
You were there?
I was there.
When was that?
1990.
Oh, okay. I thought you were part of the crowd.
No, 1997.
Okay.
And anyway, this guy, so they took this guy to a room to be examined. The one who said his penis had been snatched.
Yeah.
And when the police guy came out, and the crowd was like, what happened? What happened? Is it gone?
Is it there or is it gone?
And he said it's there. He said, but when we asked him, but it's there. He said, yes, but it used to be bigger than this. Like, it's a joke. It's the most idiotic thing. And here we are again in 2024, and we're still talking about this rubbish. It's total garbage.
Oh my God.
It's complete garbage.
I know.
But yeah, these guys, when they examine them, all their parts are there.
But Mr. Ade, I mean...
Even this time, there are
let's not waste time on
allegations that
nonsense
doctors
like
are saying that their parts are already there. But this is the spiritual world. You can sometimes doctors can't really see some of these spiritualities and all
people
of
can
that.
And doctors can see that which is not there, and say it's there. It's come on, they examine you and you're all you have all your parts, and we need to stop such silliness.
Yeah, but I mean,
really.
at some point, each and every person, they have their powers. People have different powers.
But facts are facts. If you tell me you can snatch my fingers and they're gone, and they examine me, all my fingers are there. They're there. Powers what?
Have you ever seen?
You know,
have you ever seen where a person changed paper to money? Have you seen
look,
that?
There are lots of things we cannot explain, of course, because you see magicians do stuff and you don't know how they do it.
Yes.
And you're like, wow, but this kind of snatching,
They have tricks.
Everything's there, and you're telling people it's been snatched. I mean, come on, let's stop it.
All right, Julde, the Standard newspaper is saying police say most crimes committed. Okay, most crimes are committed by foreigners. I feel offended on. I mean,
listen, I think everybody should be offended.
As a foreigner,
in fact, I'm
offended.
surprised that this was reported, because I think the senior police officer who said that, I suspect he will be reprimanded, because if you're going to say that sort of thing, come with the statistics.
Absolutely.
Come with the facts. And I'll give you an example. When the TRRC was about 3/4 of the way through, I traveled to the UK. On my flight back, there was a guy who, I hope he's watching, because he was coming to start work at the MRC as quite a senior person at the MRC, a Gambian. And we got talking, and, I said, he'd been living out of the Gambia. And we got talking about the TRRC. And he said, yes, I've been watching. He said, you realize all these crimes that they're talking about at the TRRC, none of them are by Gambians. I said, I don't think you've been watching. I said, all of them.
They're Gambians.
100% committed by Gambia. I said, where do you get the idea? He said, we're not like that. Gambians are not like that. No, human beings are like that.
Absolutely.
If you'd gone to Rwanda before the genocide, you would have said Rwandans are not like that. Human beings, we can do the nastiest, most horrible things.
Yeah.
But in every country you go, people like to blame foreigners. They don't like to see themselves as criminals. We break the law routinely here. We drive on pavements. We don't stop at the few traffic lights we have.
We litter.
We litter the streets.
We
You think
smoke in
foreigners
public
doing
places.
that? It's Gambians doing it. But I bet you Gambians probably console themselves and saying it's all being done by foreigners. No. We human beings, we do stuff, and that guy, and I've told Troy we need to hunt him down and bring him here and let him justify it.
Absolutely.
Because that's quite an incendiary thing to say.
is.
If you have the facts and the details, there are lots of cases recently where it's been highlighted that the people committing these crimes are foreigners, which is true. But just because you can name 5 cases doesn't mean the other 5,000 cases are also by foreigners. Go and check the jails in Gambia. Is it full of foreigners? No, it's not. The majority are Gambians. So you're sentencing Gambians but not foreigners? So no, I mean, he needs to stop that or come with the facts.
Well, there are certain statements that are very expensive.
It is.
It's
Especially
explosive.
for an official like that. You can't just come up and then make assertions or allegations such as that. I saw statistics here, which is a staggering one from from GBOS, and it says that 730,000 Gambians are living in population of the Gambia are food insecure, which is really 730,000 people in the Gambia.
That's almost quarter of
are
our
food
population.
insecure. It is really, for me, I find that very difficult to believe, because at some point I think I mentioned that that high level of food insecurity, and I know someone was like, no, that's not the case. And I had that argument with someone, and the person was like, that's not true. There is nowhere in this country where people can go to bed hungry. That's not Gambia.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens. It's a fact.
It happens.
And with this, you're dealing with statistics, not somebody's opinion.
From GBOS.
It's not just somebody's opinion, because sometimes a lot of what people try and pass off as facts are just a gut feeling that they have that, oh, this is terrible. And I think what people need to know is that in this country, because if you live in the urban areas, you don't see a lot of that. It's not in your face. But you go out to the rural areas, you might be shocked.
Absolutely.
At the levels of a whole bunch of different things. And it's the same even when it comes to elections. You know, people think, oh, because like we're talking about big crowds, all those people in rural areas, go and check and ask who they're voting for. They're not voting for all these young people who've got smartphones and have WhatsApp groups and are on Facebook. They don't even have Facebook. They don't even have internet. But they will vote when it's time to vote. You know, and so they are also the ones that we don't see when it comes to things like food insecurity.
True.
You know, but it's a reality, and it's scary. But, you know,
Well, I mean,
imagine 29% of the population.
Exactly, that's almost quarter of our population.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I mean, we shouldn't just deny certain things, especially when it is statistics. I mean, it is clearly stated there. I mean, it's just like telling the thing you were mentioning previously. I mean, can Gambians do this? The killings at the TRRC.
quite,
It's just like saying, no, it's not true.
And
Gambians cannot
then you
do
list all the ones who mention that the TRRC as being killers, and they were all Gambians.
I
They were
am
not
surprised
foreigners.
still there are people still telling me TRRC is just a frame.
Yeah.
Can you
I hear
imagine?
that.
The killer came and said, I killed.
I killed.
I did this, I did that. But
What?
people are still telling you, look, they just did this too. I mean,
Yeah, quite. One guy, and I mean, I've had the same discussion, argument with people. Why would somebody come and say, I was involved in 48 killings? What's he going to benefit from that?
From that, absolutely.
You've now labeled yourself as a killer
As a
in the
killer.
society. What do you gain from that? What on earth can they give you that will compensate for that?
nothing is going to make me do that
Nothing.
for free.
Exactly. So, you know, when people tell me, oh, it was all this, I'm like, come on, get real. Go and talk to that guy.
Yeah.
Ask him, why did he go and confess? You know, he confessed because he wanted to get it off his... And he named all the people he was involved in killing. So he didn't just throw a number. You know, so yeah. I mean,
Thank you, Mr. Ali.
Yeah.
So I think we are going to stop here.
Yes, thank you for
And,
stopping me there.
Yes, we'll be doing this tomorrow as well.
Yes,
you know,
and
We've
hopefully
been running away for
Hopefully
almost
my voice will
half
hold
of
up.
the week.
Yeah.
Julde.
Yes, it's only 2 days that I was running away.
So
from,
thank
so
you
don't
very much.
exaggerate.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ade.
It's a pleasure.
And we'll take a short break after the break. But remember, Operation No Shaking Hands.
Exactly. Right.
All right, we'll be right back.
Technology has always been at the forefront of our lives, and the way we use it has evolved drastically over the years. With the advent of 5G internet, we are entering a new era of technological innovation that promises to transform the way we live, work, and play. 5G internet is capable of providing data speeds up to 100 times faster than 4G, making it the ideal solution for streaming high-quality videos, playing online games, and downloading large files on the go. 5G internet is already transforming cities across the globe, powering smart cities, self-driving cars, and virtual reality experiences that were once thought impossible. 5G internet is also paving the way for Internet of Things, allowing for seamless connectivity between devices and the creation of a truly connected world. For the first time in the Gambia, QCell is bringing tomorrow's technology to you today with the launch of QCell 5G Internet. Get ready to experience the out-of-this-world wonders of QCell's 5G Internet. For more information, call 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
The future is now with QCell's 5G network. Experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled device. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
QCell mooy suñu boss. QCell mooy suñu boss. QCell mooy suñu boss. Soro. Go, ebe dawa full network suta tili QCell. Ni lafta diamla wati jamala mune diata QCell. Most reliable network dumala keta wati QCell. Wo quality man nyon soto jam pona manke QCell. Hani be wuloni farole kono walante be bako na jala fayola network ko se taria QCell suñu boss. Nyo finjeka indi 3G ñu delu taxi 4G plus and now we bring you 5G. 5G. First and only 5G provider. itella follow adi doron nesa keno Gambia bela nyon tawo fele kiusel ko fasunta buka busi kiusel itella moldi milka kukutol nati Gambia kiusel meta lori la kiliano yele imanyina amanda wala itella ka quality dila dadi ma itelle silo wala wodol mume be keno ma kiusel sunyu boss Sunny boss. One extra be bambandi QCell. Sunny boss. QCell most innovative QCell. Sunny boss.
So we are back, and this is QTV this morning. Well, it's going to be very interesting in the studio today. I mean, maa ngi dégg ay Joola, ay Séeréer ak yooyu noonu. Waaye tey dina tànga.
dañ leen baan fii.
Yeah, so Julia, let's talk. Yaa leen ñu moom. Waa kon baata dina leer. Sooy wax rek nga téye mic bi mu jege. No, gis naa tey moom. Tey yaa booy agsi na.
No, tey agsi na.
Gaa ñu ne moo Joola bi mu ekkati micam bi. Wow. Okay, so Julde, we will talk to Fish for ACP. You know, it's an organization that recently conducted training for 60 women on oyster harvesting and swimming as well, you know. Which is important. You know, when I saw it, I mean, I find it very, sorry to say funny, but later I said, this is very important.
It is.
You know, as much as it looks funny to train maybe one of my mothers how to swim. Imagine how to swim, but it's important. It will save lives. You understand? You know, I was discussing with one of my friends on the incident that happened where a pregnant lady lost her life in the river. You know, she was doing this oyster farming. Unfortunately, that incident happened. So I think this thing, it came at a better time.
Absolutely.
And it's important for us to engage them. So we have Khadijatu Jallow. Khadijatu Mbakda. No matter I hope you've improved your skills. Yes.
Try me.
Really? Wow. So confident. Okay. She is the National Professional Officer Fish for ACP, and we have Sabel Jata, oyster farmer beneficiary swimming program. Ñu ngi leen a dalal si programme bi. Yaa boy Sabel, ñu ngi la dalal. Waaw sooy wax da nga ekkati mic bi joolaay xamuñ mic de luy waaw mic bi na ñëw rek yaa boy waaw
ma nekk nii kay moom Khadija moom jàngal na ma léegi xam naa lii waaye bu njëkk xaw ma ko
xamula ko waaye léegi xam nga ko
léegi kay xam naa ko
loolu neex na dégg
Julde léegi xam na ko de
loolu neex na dégg ne Khadijatu moo ko jàngal te
pour jàngal di musuma ko teg yëkkati
waaw kon tey nag di nga xam
tey moom kay humba na
take us through Fish for ACP. What is it about? Xam naa ne it's been here for long, and you've done a lot of initiatives and helped a lot of women as far as oyster farming is concerned.
Yes, thank you so much, Jude, and thank you for having us on your platform this morning. Fish for ACP is a 5-year project. Fish for ACP stands for...
The microphone.
It stands for the... it's a project being initiated by the Organization of the African, Caribbean and Pacific States for the sustainable development of the fisheries and aquaculture value chain. And it's a project being implemented by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, funded by the European Union, whom we are really grateful for, and BMZ, the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development.
So how many women benefited from this 5-year program, and when will it elapse?
Okay, well, this particular project has about 4 components. We have developed a 10-year strategy in 2022. We validated the strategy and launched it in 2023 for a vibrant and sustainable oyster sector. So under that strategy, we will be working on improving the oyster resource and mangrove ecosystem monitoring and management. We will also be developing new aquaculture method and create a new market for fresh oysters and oyster byproduct, and also increase the working environment and enabling condition of the oyster actors as well. So under the fourth component, which is to improve the working environment and enabling conditions, is to create a swimming program. The reason why we have created a swimming program, we have done a couple of surveys whereby we met different communities within the Tembe and all the way to the North Bank, West Coast. We met with them and asked them about their working condition, and they came to us and told us that they are doing this job because that's all they have for a living. However, there are a lot of challenges that they are facing. And we have asked them if they knew how to swim, because for them to be in water and harvesting oysters, they have to know how to swim, which they don't. And they don't wear life jackets. And we have asked if they had incident of drownings, and they did confirm that they had incident of drownings that were never reported before. So that's why the project came up to create this activity for them, to make sure that they are working in a safe environment, build resilience and enhance their livelihoods, and also build confidence, because this swimming program has been going on for the past 6 weeks. We started a 4-week swimming program at the swimming pool at Friendship Hotel. Then the last 2 weeks, we are currently conducting it in their work environment at Old Joshua in the river. And it's amazing to see the results. You know, I mean, within the first couple of weeks, we've seen more than half of them know already how to swim.
Wow,
and they have more elderly than youth. And looking at them like, wow, I need to go and join that program myself as well. If my Aunt Sabel already know how to swim, I need to join that program as well.
So at this point, let's engage our mommy Sabel. Yeah, well, munga fay legi si geej. Munga swim.
Maka legi munna fay legi. Wow.
Okay. A programme bi bum ñëwé dama bëggoon rek nga wax ñu tuuti ban njëriñ ngeen si am.
La hayla. Parce que man xam naa ne bu ma commencé wax ba tey musuñu am lii. fu ñu nekk njëg képp koo xam ne yaa ngi kitiraay. bëgg nga kontaan nga xamuñ naka la FAO ñu leen di nuyoo bu baax a baax. nde FAO ñoo tax léegi su ma soobuwee léegi dinaa génnee sama gaal. waaw ñun amuñu woon waaye léegi mën nañu. suy xale yoo xam ne ñooy nekk dañuy jàngal. daa mel ni ko doom bu nga jur mu ne kaay mu leen neexal xale yi ñoom. amuñu morom. maa ngi leen di gërëm di leen sant FAO maa ngi leen di gërëm di leen sant bu baax a baax. ndax lii ñu mësuñu ko am kon li ñu ko amee nii kontaan nañu bëgg nañu. Kadija maa ngi la nuyu di la gërëm naa Fatou Dieng nga xam ne moo tax tamit ñëpp xamuñu kon maa ngi leen di gërëm di bu baax a baax. FAO lu ñu def kay xamuñu la ñuy def.
dëgg la
nde joolaay fu nekk nii foo xam ne fooy dem ba koy na. waaw ñëpp ñu ngi kontaan. koo xam ne mosuloo jàng am na ñu bari ñoo xam ne mënuñu woon. moo tax nga gis joolay ñu bari dañuy des ki géej bi. yoxos nga ba pare am na looy def ndox bi fees na xam na nag ngay defee sa yoxos bi. foofu ngay des.
yàgg nga si liggéey bi.
man de yàgg naa si liggéey bi.
yow loo leen di def paañ.
yoxos.
waaw.
pot tànka. ba transu ba tey. yàgg naa ki yoxos bi.
waaye yow booy lan moo doon seen jafe-jafe. time boobu noonu balaa programme bi di ñëw.
mënuñu feel amuloo gaal. looy def. yaa ngi amee sa yoxos pour nga génnee ko. ndox bi fees na loo koy def xalaat nga ne sa njabootaa ngi na lee am na loo joxe sa njaboot li muy war a lekk yaa ngi yenu waaye dangay ne xaaral ma takka kii bi saak bi di ko watat moom moo lay pousse nga dem. lii mooy suñu problème de parce que amuñu ay gaal. ñu bari amuñu gaal waaw.
so gis naa ne tamit yoxos bi dafa cher.
waaw loolu moom bëggoon naa ko wax de pot bi tuuti na cher na.
Te waaye léegi with this new program, I've seen that it's instead of seasonal, instead of once in a year, it's now all year round. you know, how will this really help women and the Gambian at large, because it is very expensive.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Let me first thank the Navy, the Gambian Navy, for partnering with FAO in this swimming program. They are doing an amazing work. And we are even looking forward to going to phase 2, because everybody is asking to come to their communities and teach them how to swim. So kudos to the Gambia Navy. We cannot thank them enough. Yes, you did mention the cost of oysters being so high. You cannot compare it with the challenges that these women are facing. So I feel like when it comes to the cost of yours, I'm the last one to bargain oysters in the market. No matter how much it costs, I will pay for it. You know, this new technology, improved method, aquaculture method we have developed. It's a pilot program that we have started in Bullock, Kubune, Kartong, and Meme, in these 4 communities. So it's just a pilot phase whereby we have deployed some spat collectors. Spat are like baby oysters, larvas. We have deployed them in the water. So the baby oysters will just attach to the spat collectors and grow there. And then we will remove them. We'll remove the spat and then put them in mesh bags. There are on-growing bags where they will be growing in big size, marketable size. And the goal here is to promote the sale of fresh oysters. In the Gambia, we don't eat fresh oysters. We either boil them, steam them, or dry them. I went to Senegal and I've seen that they serve fresh oysters in hotels and in restaurants. And in the Gambia, we have big marketable size oysters that we can sell fresh. So this is one of the reasons why we are promoting the new aquaculture method. It will not only improve their work condition, it will reduce the challenges that they are facing while harvesting and collecting oysters, but also it will reduce the death rates of the spats, and also save the mangrove ecosystem as well. Yes.
So let's go back to the training. I mean, how often will this training happen? I mean, is it just a one-time training, or do you have intention to continue this?
Yeah, it is. Right now, we are doing a 6-week training. So it is ending tomorrow, by the way. We are expecting you to come to the river tomorrow and show all the progress to all the Gambians so that they can see what's going on. You know, this sector is such a vibrant sector, you know, and not many Gambians know about it. So I am glad that with this project, we are able to unveil the greatness of this oyster sector. We will be having a phase 2 coming up soon. We have created an oyster stakeholder advisory committee that we call OSAC. So basically the goal of this committee is like a platform for discussion and coordination and exchange of knowledge and information between actors within the oyster sectors. So this committee will be taking ownership, of the strategy after the project. We are currently building their capacity so that at the end of the project, they will continue on and work with the oyster actors. Even if we have, in the Tembe area already, we have 600 women.
Wow.
Oyster harvesters in Tembe.
600.
So, and out of 600, we are only training 60. So we are going to phase 2. The project is ending December 2025. So with the OSAC committee being on board, we believe that they will take a hold of this strategy, the activities in the strategy, and continue on, mobilize funds for the oyster value chain, the Gambia oyster value chain as well. So it's not going to be a project that will go dormant once it ends, because we already have an institutionalized committee under the Department of Fisheries and Water Resources within the Ministry of Fisheries that is already one of the I will say the chair, the members of the OSAC.
so yaay booy suñ doon ñëw si yow time boobu noonu xam nañ ne amoon ngeen jafe-jafe yu bari waaye léegi moom sant yàlla wàllum njaay bi tamit ak am oyster bi tamit naka la léegi time boobu noonu am bi ak léegi naka la mel
dinaa ne bu njëkk ba yoxos amoon na ba bari mais bu nekk ni yoxos amatut soo duggee ci géej bi sax di nga xalaat ne yoxos amut yow soo duggee nga xam nga ne ku xamul yoxos soo duggee da nga ne yoxos am na waaye man mii nga xam ne lii suma liggéey la su ma demee foofu naa ne yoxos amut moom laa waxoon léegi Kadija
lan moo waral loolu
nit ñi dañu bari ndax léegi xam nga ne pël yi dugg nañu léegi soose yi dugg nañu léegi joolaa dugg na pël dugg na léegi kan moo desat léegi nit ñi dañu bari am ñu liggéey ku nekk yaa ngi jàppande ki géej bi moo tax léegi yoxos bi kii wut bariwut comme bu njëkk ba waaye am bi dëgg la bariwut waaye léegi ku nekk xam na naka la ngay téye xaalis parce que bu njëkk ba pot seetlu woon comme ni ngeen ko waxee nii comme dem ngeen marché da ngeen di gis dëgg la léegi lu nekk dafa seer pot këriñ ñi léegi ñaata la ba mu tati doo am këriñ ko yoxos bi dafa miti sama yaram ak sa yaram du benn xool ko lu mel soo duggee rek.
waa du benn de yarami joolaa yarami
déet
du musa nekk
benn la
nag
parce que
yaa
xoolal sama yaram bi mu ngi
du
amee
musa
ñaas
nekkal
ñaas
benn
sabo samu dara safara si lan moo gën a miti lakka bi
dafa métti kay
sama bët ak sa bët du benn léegi su ma gisee nit ki duma ko dee gis bu baax ndax lan saxaat si gi nga yoxos loo ko turee saxaat si lu mu ñëwee dawal mu ngi dénk sa bët mu tëj képp koo xam ne joolaa la te yaa ngi ki lakka yoxos bi yaa ngi amee problème dëgg la yoxos bi dafa seer waaye lu nekk léegi dafa seer maanaam léegi ñaata la soble léegi ñaata la
dafa cher
jumbo léegi ñaata la ko loolu soo gisee ñun te dañuy yokk a yoxos soo amu 70 mooy pot bi boo xam ne bu baxal la bu lakka bi $100 la li mooy problème parce que léegi lu nekk dafa seer
dafa cher
waaw
so kay jotu yaa ngi ma doon wax ne mbiri lakka bi ay yooyu
finally
di ma jox
time bi lu des
Sénégal
bariwul, yeah.
ñu ngi serve fresh ones don't you think ne comme am ngeen si under the programme options yoo xam ne dinañ ko mun a jaayee noonu fekka lakkuñ ko fekka tamit liiwuñ tooguñ ko tamit is there an option
Yes, it's an option. That's the reason why we are developing new and improved methods of aquaculture. The goal is to sell fresh oysters and byproducts. The byproducts are the shells. If you drive in Banjul, you see heaps of oysters on the road. So some people buy them to take them in their driveway, or other use them for lime painting.
Yeah.
We are currently working with jewelers right now to be able to use those shells as jewelry products in the artisanal sector as well, for ornaments and what have you. So this project is have a lot going on for the sustainable development of the oyster sector, and to contribute also to the Gambia national development, including job creation, food security, and also improved nutrition.
pour balaa ñoo tàggoo rek loo am pour wax sa mbokki joolaa yi nga xam ne ñu ngi ci affaire yi oyster farming bi balaa ñoo tàggatoo
sama mbokk yi daal bu ñu nekk ni ñun yëpp dañu bëgg comme ni ma leen ko waxee fii ma ne ñun yëpp dañu kontaan ndax effet lu ñu def ñu ngi leen di gërëm képp koo xam ne yaa ngi ci yoxos bi nga nekk joolaa nga nekk soose nga nekk kenn ko bopp bu nekk ñu ngi leen di gërëm ndax li ñu am ni musuñu ko am foo xam ne yaa ngi befan koy na yaa ngi kontaan ndax ñu li ñu am ren gi musuñu ko am fen kon ñii ñu ngi leen di gërëm ñu leen di sant bu baax a baax amu joolaa boo xam ne boo demee tey léegi bëgg na ëllëg ngeen ñoo seet ñu ndax nga xam ne kon ñii li ñu jàngal lu baax la kon gisuma benn joolaa boo xam ne ñi yéene lii lu bon déedéet koo xam ne baadoole bi yaa ngi koo génnee ki lu baax ñëpp ñu ngi kontaan
dëgg la
comme maa ngi leen di gërëm di leen sant yéen mi nga xam ne yéen yaa ngi fi tibi yéen seen ngeen dem ba fan fu nekk ku nekk mu oo leen ne kaay leen ngeen taxaw maa ngi leen di gërëm di leen sant
dëgg la
Kadija jërëjëf sa liggéey rafet na
jërëjëf
FAO sa liggéey rafet na ñun musuñu am lii kon
jërë
ñu
ngeen
kontaan nañu
jërëjëf
yaa Fadi Jang yàlla ngeen déggoo ba faw
waa jërëjëf loolu la di affaire yi Pël ak Joola la kii Pël la yow Joola nga kii sa yaay la
sama doom la
non da nga war a
dama
nangu
xalaat ne Joola bi mooy mag ji séeréer bi toppaat Pël mooy caat
séeréer moom affaire am waxuñ ci dara waaw kon jërë ngeen jëf kontaan nañ lii lu am solo la dañ dee gis ay swimming lessons daf day am waaye comme bu mel nii boobu musuma koo gis you know lu am solo la because da ngaa gis ne dañoo jàngal ni ñuy fay waaye comme yéen doo leen ci dee bokka kon ñii suñ ñëwee ñu ne ok léegi tey dañ bugg a ñu jàngal suñ yaay yi ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk si géej bi ndaxte yéen tam am ngeen solo lool soo gisee tey ñu lekka oyster xamal ne yéen a dem si biir géej bi man xaw ma nuñ koo defee dama dee gis rek mu génna ma jënd ma dem ñu tooga ko ma lekka waaw kon dafa am liggéey bu bëri bu dee nekk ci gannaaw am na ku dem risque life am pour nga mun a def loolu sa palaat nga lekka ko kon ñu ngi leen a ne jërë ngeen jëf Khadija please keep doing a lot of these things waaw ba pare ngeen jàngal ma fay man tam munuma
ñëwal suba
yes all right so we'll take a short break we have a video to play and from the video then the click segment we'll be right back
Gambia. Dama am ko kir ma dawsi kir ma tekko kir mu nekka butanga jir 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 butanga jir 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 safara 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 ra ra safara 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 boram ra 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 safara safara dama ra 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 safara safara boram ra 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 safara safara anto nene jara anto baba bora mido jangi dara landa nilandura inde nanga pura 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 anto nene jara anto baba bora mido jangi dara inde nanga pura 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 landa nilandura sma flow be piriri mo duga seni piriri sma flow be ariri mo tasare sen yuriri nari mistiriri mo damasi sen fariri amadu uriri so se son uriri o uriri wanjuriri basi di firerek ire sen doirek meri di mererek ire di irerek ire di irerek di birerek rapa du firere yapam len firere papam bu filen ne ñun domo len tan korere ko pulo di mo la tiri ko sam bira dam woni ci sam ya dan top nenga duñu top legi sa up legi ñopi top futa mi futori to sanko la tiri to sanko futiri to sanko moniri gosiri la turi rapa du firere yapam len firere papam bu filen ne ñun domo len tan korere ba pulo ko pulo ba pulo ko pulo ba pulo ko pulo safara 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 ra ra safara safara borom ra 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 safara safara tanga jir jir safara safara very hot 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 safara safara futa mi imori to sanko la chiri to sanko futiri to sanko gotiri moniri la turi ko pulo di mo la chiri ko sam bira dam woni to sam ya dan top ninga duñu top ninga sa up legi ñopi top ba pulo ko pulo ba pulo ko pulo ba pulo ko pulo suma tur Bura di Puma Yuna Futa Gambia 6'9 Gam 6'9 Pull up
We're back, and this is QTV This Morning. I am Ibrahim Osori Balde. Now, let's move to, there is no need for us to introduce the guest. There is no need for us to introduce the click segment. You've seen the video.
Pulo pir.
So, min kom pulo pir,
Min kadi komi
komi
pulo
dimo
pir.
pir, pulo kubia. You know? So, we have my brother, Choshil Balde.
borom
Sa
diri
affaire
bu
neexul.
soxor bi
borom dirib bu soxor
ah
Diri
diri
bu
bu
dara.
leer bi
dirib bu moom dafa iñaan
Yeah, dafa déribuloo son.
no QTV moom ah
Julde,
Sanse
handle
solo.
your program.
suwaak bàyyi leen ko Churchill
number one dafa leer.
waaw waaw masha Allah
Thank you very much, Auntie Julia. Good morning from wherever you're watching us from. This is the Click segment. Like my brother rightly said, there's no need to introduce the guest. We all know we have Pulo Dimo
Yeah.
Gum 69 in the building. What you say, my brother?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
You better nga news are fine, see?
All right. Assalamu alaikum to every Gambian. Assalamu alaikum to all the fans out there. Kopullo Dimo Pir Amadou Wuri. Ono fodo andi ko honno, you know, yen yep ham ngeen nakala. Mr. Pirla, you know. P to the I to the R to the R to the R to the R. Yeah, so te malen nekal si morning so bi QTV. Yo yen ham ngeen nakala, you know, min Pirla bet naaj bi génn tànga ci R.
ñaata ar ñoo fa nekk noonu ñaata ar
R be si R. Defum gaare rek. Defum gaare rek.
xam nga what fascinates me about you mooy your unique sa own style nga ñëwee understand nga lu ma mean but first balaa ñoo wax sa music career dama bëgg a xam yow lan nga doon def balaa music
Yeah, just before music man doon job si benn company but I've did a lot of things balaa loolu tamit, you know.
okay.
But just before music man doon job si benn company laa nekkoon, you know. Yeah, I can see bu ma starté TikTok videos yi dama doon dem si different places yi yeneen say si apartments yeneen say ma dem si street bi yeneen say ma nekk si Fita garage so bu ma doon dem viral maa ngi woon si Fita garage so
exactly
yu bëri ñu ma doon laajte ana yow Fita nga lu ma dee waree moo nekk ne léegi kay artiste la maa ngi cool, you know.
so si Fita garage bi loo fa nekkoon Fita nga woon at that time wala
Yeah, dama dee dress according to the place bu ma dem noonu laa dee dress.
but you're not necessarily a mechanic.
Non, musuma bicycle sax mënuma koo def.
ok so nga dugga si art bi léegi music naka la sa waajur yi ak sa friends yi naka la gars yi receive loolu noonu is it something loo xam ne gars ñu ngi ko yàgga séntu si yow or
Yeah, suma side friends yi yeah ñu bari ñu ne like I deserve it. Surprise with guy.
okay
Because nekkul bi mu nekk suma first song bi yàgg naa def audios
okay
not a video but audios. Bu ma génnee started di génne 6ix9ine styles yi so dañ ma advice ne you must have a video because lii dafa dem viral
okay
so ma try loolu but in the side of my parents it was a very difficult
waaw
task, you
because
know.
pëli moom jàng alxuraan lañ
Yow nga xam pul ak ne doomam bi mu nga def.
bilaay bu ma demee viral fii la am freedom tuuti sa loolu sa tamit beneen negotiation la tamit anga after ma am lifin because I was even about to quit.
music
Yeah, bu ma amee job bi company bi fika maa ngi xalaat pour quit, you know. The last song mu nekk banga, you know.
okay
Yeah.
da nga wanna give up artist bu
wanna
give up
give up, yeah. I wanna give up because boy
fi artist yi give up
ma
bi dañ
génne
bari
audios yàgg naa woy for years.
okay
Génne audios def lu nekk nga xalaat DJ bu nekk promoter bu nekk def ne lu nekk bilaay after mun tale fi na nga am preso bi tamit si family bi, you know, man tamit taaw la, you know.
okay
So parents yi nga dama dem ba ma ne hey léegi ba ma gestu parents yi lu ñëw wax ma def loolu benn
léegi yow out of all the artists in the world la moo tax nga choose 6ix9ine ak moom image am bi
yeah loolu tamit si dama ñaakoon phone like maa ngi ñaakoon phone ñaaka job maa ngi woon suma side so suma benn brother younger brother laa de use phone am he's a fan of 6ix9ine laa de use phone am nga suma wéetee moom laa de jël phone am dugal si internet bi def ni so seetaan si some videos then ma gis ne kii style am bi ma xool lii ma ne lii I can come up with something like this
okay
I can do this dama xoolaan interview am yaa nga ma start di ko like
we inspire
yeah so instant because nekkuma di def job nekkuma def dara ma ne xaaral ma create something like this
Why
ma
could-
start di create something words in local language like
Wow.
anga mu work ma ne I can do it
waaye kooku booy yëf yi dof la day def booy yow la moo tax nga war a taamu kooku out of ñëpp nii yow man I feel ne sax ñu bëri at some point jëlu la serious te xam naa yaa noon batul loolu noonu tamit because xool kooku noonu style am understand what I mean comme ñu bëri duñu la jël serious
waaw
te xam naa yaa
soo
noon
seetee
batul
sax amoon na toogoon naa fii luy dem 3 weeks xaw ma maa ngi slow woon si TikTok bi because man don't buga buy comedy bi, you know.
Okay.
But after a lot of fans they mo di call, they mo text, you know, di lache luta legi dunde gis sa videos, stuff like that, you know. Then money guy like people are not taking me for serious, like then ma di living nga, then they ma di jawala comedy dal, you know, they ma di fan comedy dal, understand. But after si dama am wax yu bari si loolu noonu like yow da nga def Gambia bi di smile nga da nga ta Gambia bi nga may ni xale yi even mag yi ñu xam ne duñ déglu musique yi ñu si sax nga may ni xam nañ la ak mairie date yi li fi nii so mu nga yóbbu ñaari yëpp it's all entertainment nga so dama ko calculate bu baax nag you know then I feel like okay nga because yeneen saa tamit soo xoolee tamit this gangster shit yeah man bad man la gangster nga may ni tamit daf dee work but it's more necessary like so I mean opportunity be like to make the whole Gambia smile. I think it's a blessing.
Okay.
Like suma yene morom yu bari ñu ko bëgg am even si comedian yi ñu ko bëgg am waaye mënu am opportunity boobu noonu you know am nañ fi comedian yu bari yoo xam ne like am nañ fan but halfway fan la
xam nga making people laugh making people smile so loolu is positivity.
Yeah maa ngi gis even yeneen yi du ma di use seen language sax but still now guys ma fan leen you know yeah everywhere since everywhere
léegi buñ yi nag because dama bëgg a dugg si comedy videos yi waaye buñ yi nag what can you say about buñ
yeah buñ is all about 6ix9ine like depuis ma jël style am bi like dama def dress code dama njëkk a def wat si ma def dress code bi bo dama feel like ne bi léegi dafa am lu interesting lu des you know then I thought of so many things but dama feel like ne yu bari yoo xam ne bari Gambia fii dañ dee wax ne loolu baaxut like yoo xam nga naka yeah so ma ne waaw but the tits mun naa koo try so dama try grills but it was very expensive you know so I feel like hey anga lu xew
sa strana la
anga waaw kay Gambia bi yoo xam nga naka la
waaw bana léegi la ñoo def mooy baa ñu seetaan sa few comedy videos and we'll be right back stay tuned.
All right.
What's up, man? Jabere Pir. This is Jabere Pir. Do you know this? Hey, Jabere Pir. Give me my $10. Damn! Give me my $1. Bro, what's this, man? I want to buy Jabere. This is Jabere Pir. Hey.
God have mercy upon us.
Man. Salam alaikum. Bro, come here, now. Let's go get burger, man. I want Jabere. Give me my $1. I'm not gonna eat onion, man. This is onion, man.
Who tell you this is onion?
What's this, man?
Do you know this? This is from Conakry, from Guinea. This is Jabere. This is sweet.
Damn, bro.
This is Jabere.
Damn, bro.
Hey.
I told you we're gonna eat burger.
Give me my $1.
Let's go eat burger, man.
Jabere. Jabere, give me my $1.
We're gonna eat burger.
Which burger?
Go and ask your grandfather.
Yeah, so yes, Churchill, quickly, bala ñu tagatu.
No, so they said how do you feel about yourself?
It feels great like right now it's my life I feel great but man su jale na lu si kanam la de living I'm just creating more. I have so many schedules right now maa ngi work ak comedy yu bari famous comedy maa ngi jógee am tamit benn bu ñu wax Starboy Kalun something like that moom tamit TikTok la right now tamit from here today maa ngi war a amaat the same person tamit
yaa ngi make money out of all this
so maa ngi make small not much
money
but yeah not much but right now I'm all about my career I'm creating more yeah I'm all about my career right now. I'm trying to be international.
So léegi lu ñoo def mooy bàyyi gaay faj ñu sa Chikuli Rinding song bi nga def a little playback because ñun xam nañ ne tamit am nga talent when it comes to music.
All right.
Play la ñu Chikuli Rinding mu faj ñu freestyle.
We got Mercs in the track, boy.
It's the vibe, baby.
Oh, baby, no do the Gambia. For me, when the Chikuli Rinding. But I no do the Gambia. For me, when the Chikuli Rinding. They do the Gambia. Come in the Chikuli Rinding. Oh, man, when the Gambia. We are do your Chikuli Rinding. Chikuli Rinding. Come in when the Chikuli Rinding. Chikuli Rinding. Come in when the Chikuli Rinding. Chikulirining, chikulirining, pikulirining. Gamirining, ginerining, fularining, pir, ngayorining, fingarining, waronining, pir, chikulirining, 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 pir, chikulirining, pikulirining. Kuntam buntan kilinke, sate santan kilinke, rapale sunkan kilinke, keju solu beta kilinke. Nyalbe bankan, dalbe bankan, dolban kelekan, dolban jelekan, dolban mokam, foy bankokan, min bankun albam. Tenun tenabatan tambankan, tantan sanle basate tekan, din sanle ba. Batabal hutubal lekanan, tekam mutubal simbal lekanan, pipkan kekenal jusubal lekanan. Tokata hulata criminal pir, maeta trata criminal pir. Wo baby no do the Gambia. Come in when it's chikulirining. But they no do the Gambia. Come in when it's chikulirining. They do no do the Gambia. Come in and did chikulirining.
Suaraga. No hara man mala analyzer lui chikulirining. Hara man mala analyzer. Mune béy yi bari nañ Gambia. Moom mooy béy bu gën a mag bi. Boy am nga béy bu mag mooy chikuliri. Haji bari nañ Gambia waaye moom mooy xaj bu gën a ponka bi aga nag ngeen dof ki mo la
ayo balde tele jidi na heewi Gambia kono ko mine woni ci
jule muy capture len ci ne
ñu ombay bari nañ Gambia ñoom béy yu góor yàlla Aliou Diallo
sama yu bandi
Aliou Diallo ko ay ci ku liri
so léegi ñu bayala ko
may bëgg a freestyle this flap part in the song ko menen addi ɗo pirmo porto on ko nakiri o natiri ko jomaɓe lacciri moƴƴiri jomaɓe jabere barkere yaha Dakar waɗa ɗon départ ha pari mi lancay ha pari si ɗon pari Amérique men ari hiɗon pari ko pir men addori hari men raddude joni men rapude hari men rakude joni men rastude hari o rappuno ronkude nan joni o rappuno ronkude rocci ko hattami rappa o rappumo rappata ɓay
Churchill, thank you very much. Thank you very much, PDP. Julde, ajarama. Swing sponsor Lido la Olinda tea. They have the Lido milk. It's amazing. You can try it. Well, until we come here again tomorrow, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.